right. Hi, I'm Margot Finn. I'm a faculty member who teaches in the recently renamed Division of Applied Liberal Arts and also in the program of the Environment. And I'm delighted to get to introduce the next speaker, Lisa Young from Anthropology. Lisa does archaeological research on small-scale farming communities, primarily in the southwest of the U.S., especially pit house villages and small pueblos in northeastern Arizona. Her favorite food this time of year is pumpkin pie, and as she has lost her voice recently, she'll be assisted in her talk by her husband John Speth, who is an emeritus Arthur F. Thurnow Professor of Anthropology and who's currently teaching a class in Pite called 2.5 Million Years of Human Foods and Foodways, and his favorite food is sushi.
So we thought we'd do a two-part song and dance here. This will be in first person, but it's she speaking. I'm just providing the voice, but I will read it. For many of you, the corn in this picture looks like field corn. You are probably wondering why the cobs are small compared to Midwestern hybrid varieties and why there is a ruler underneath them. As an archaeologist and an anthropologist, I think about the social and cultural context of material culture. In regards to this corn, I ask questions about who grew it, where it was grown, and what it was used for. These ears of corn are part of the ethnobotanical comparative collections in the University of Michigan's Museum of Anthropological Archaeology. The ears were collected in 1935 by Volney Jones, a researcher at the museum, together with one of his former students, Alfred Whiting. In this presentation, I will share with you how I use this collection to create engaged learning opportunities for U of M students, and how this experience in turn inspired me to create a new course in which students learn about the social context of our local food system through the stories of farmers. Jones and Whiting collected the corn cobs on the Hopi Reservation in northeastern Arizona. As part of their project, they interviewed 56 Hopi households about the crops the farmers had harvested in 1935, and they collected plant specimens from many of them. The corn in the first slide was collected from a woman named Phyllis, who lived in a village on First Mesa. Hopi is a matrilineal society, and because Phyllis had no husband, her uncle and brother grew the corn for her. Phyllis's relatives grew the white corn shown in the first slide, but also blue, yellow, speckled, red, violet, and a special variety of Hopi sweet corn. The seed for this corn had been passed down through her maternal clan members for centuries. Seed exchange between family and community members is how Hopi farmers today continue to get their corn seed. Hopi farmers then and now are proud of their ability to dryland farm in their homeland, which on average receives less than 12 inches of rain a year. Jones and Whiting, who are trained as botanists, discussed technical information about the crops with the farmers they interviewed. Topics included when and where farmers planted their crops and how they harvested, stored, and used them. Jones and Whiting also knew that corn was essential to Hopi ceremonial life, but they rarely recorded this type of information. Because we know the name of the farmer who grew many of these museum specimens, I realized that this collection provided amazing learning opportunities for students in a course that I teach called Museum Anthropology. This course explores the changing role of museums with anthropology collections, from colonial collecting institutions to organizations that work collaboratively with the communities from which these collections originated. Hands-on experience with museum collections helps students learn about these changes in museum practice. When working with a Hopi plant collection, I ask students to compile descriptive information from both the plant specimens and the field notes, an example of which you can see in this slide. Through this activity, students learned about the scientific and technical focus of Jones and Whiting's research. The students put this information into an online catalog, which was then shared with members of the Hopi community. Working with my friend and colleague, Susan Sequapata, we set up meetings between the students and Hopi community members through the wonders of video conferencing technology. Through these meetings, students learned about the social and cultural context of the museum plant specimens. The conversations began with questions about how Hopi farmers learned to grow these crops and who taught them. Students also learned about the cultural importance of corn. For example, white corn, similar to the ears I showed you, is used in baby naming ceremonies. Blue corn is a crucial element in the Hopi origin story. Hopi farmers continue to grow the many varieties of corn because different types and colors remain vital elements in Hopi ceremonial life. At various points in the project, I asked students to write blog posts to reflect on what they learned. By working with this collection of plants, students learned not only about changes in museum practice, but also about other values that were important to Hopi farmers. Farming is essential to Hopi identity, but many of these same values are vital to farmers elsewhere who produce food for local communities. The impact that the Hopi farmer stories had on museum anthropology students inspired me to explore additional ways that students could learn through conversations with farmers. So this semester I developed a new class called Local Food Producers, which explores the origins of the food we eat from the earliest farmers to the contemporary local food system. In the next few weeks, students will interview farmers who provide food for the U of M community, either for the dining halls and campus restaurants or M Healthy promoted CSAs. We're almost at the end here. Small teams of students will meet with these 6 farmers. By the end of the semester, we will create a website with information for these interviews. Through their conversations with farmers, the students will learn about the social context of local food production in a community that they are part of and gain a greater appreciation for the importance of the role of local food producers in our current system.